Rhythm guitarist John Lombardo left the 10,000 Maniacs following the Wishing Chair album and began recording with viola player Mary Ramsey as the folk duo John and Mary. Mary's own lyrics continued Natalie's preoccupation with recalling times past, as John's guitar work continued to prove the perfect accompaniment to such lyrics. John and Mary's first 3 albums were near perfect folk with a jumpy energy provided by John's roots in the new wave movement. When Natalie Merchant left the Maniacs to begin a solo career, John rejoined the Maniacs, bringing Mary with him to take Natalie Merchant's place. The first 3 John and Mary albums are exceptionally good, easy to listen to from one end to the other, possibly easier to listen to in their entirety than many Maniacs albums. We discussed these John and Mary albums.
Not a question really, but there's a certain atmosphere that the first 3 John and Mary albums share. It's very timeless quality, and I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it because those were recorded in different places. Yeah. But all 3 of those have it. And they're very listenable from one end to the other, too.
Are you talking about Victory Gardens, We Killer's Daughter, and then...
what was the third?
Pinball Galaxy? We really worked hard with the first 2 albums. I mean, we really did... That was the old days when I think the recording studios were different. You know, the equipment... the tapes, you know, it was not like it is when the computer, what it's become, but what it became when computers became involved. And with the first 2 CDs, we had ideas that we wanted to have special people on the CD, and that was really John's influence more than mine, because I didn't really know a lot of the people. Like, I didn't know Ronnie Lane, I didn't really know Mary Margaret O'Hare, I didn't really know Alex Chilton. I didn't know these people once I met them, and we worked together. It was wonderful. So it really turned into, labor of love.
I have heard that there was a live John and Mary tape with members of other bands playing on it, like Victor DiLorenzo. Is that true? Is that? Am I right? And is there ever going to be any kind of John and Mary best of that would include some of those live pieces?
Well, we'd have to find everything. You know, I'm sure we have a tape somewhere. You know, we're kind of old school. John and I, we have record players and CDs, and we have all of the things we've done. It's just trying to find them all. Yeah, we were selling that for a while when people liked to have cassette tapes. And we had this band, so Victor was playing drums, and we had John Ashton from
Psycho First.
Yeah, playing guitar, and then we had this guy Brad Jones, who's played with different people, Fee Johnson, and produced a Jill Solito CDs. It was a really cool band. It was really fun. It was really fun.
Mary spoke about her early appreciation for such folk artists as Ian and Sylvia, Odetta, Joan Baez, and the Weavers. We talked more about her attraction to folk music.
Now, the folk musicians that you were attracted to, I think a lot of guys are attracted to Phil Ochs because there's a confrontational nature to what he does. But the people you're speaking of, I don't know a lot of the names. So is it harmonies or melodies you're looking for?
Yeah, well, there's the voice is really heard, and the words are very much heard too in a lot of the folk music. I mean, there's all different kinds of folk, English folk, American folk. But it's also the song. It's there's sort of a simplicity to it, and then of course the harmonies. I guess part of it is that it's the instrumentation and the voices. It's very discernible who's doing what, and soothing, and there's stories involved. And usually there's not only stories about personal things, but also about history. So that it's pretty interesting.